The U.S. dollar is higher modestly across the board. As we start the U.S. session, U.S. stocks are lower as it reacts to the Time magazine article from President Trump. The U.S. yields are a little changed with the shorter end up a little bit and the longer end down a little bit. I'll go through the technicals that are driving the three major currency pairs: the euro versus U.S. dollar, dollar versus yen, and sterling versus U.S. dollar to kickstart your U.S. trading day from a technical perspective. So let's get started. Looking at the euro versus U.S. dollar, look at the hourly chart. If I put a horizontal line across these lows right here, that area comes around the 1.1307 level. We had a low price at the start of trading on Wednesday's trade, and then at the end of Wednesday, beginning of Thursday's trade, the low was right near that low from the previous start. But each of the time the market moved higher, and trading on Wednesday, the price moved up to test its 100-hour moving average right here. We did move briefly above that level, but found willing sellers against that level and pushed the price back below the 200-hour moving average, the green line. The next bounce off the low came up to the 200-hour moving average, not once but twice in trading yesterday. We did move just a little bit above it at the end of the day yesterday, but then rotated back to the downside in the early Asian session and continued its move down. Where did we go? We went right back down toward this double bottom down through here. So you see the pattern with the now the 200-hour moving average up above holding resistance. This low price down here holding support. We're sitting in the middle of that range, waiting for the next shove. By the way, if the price does move above the 200-hour moving average right now, we're seeing early sellers against that, suggesting that they're more inclined to put a lid on this pair, despite the sharp rise through here. But sellers are trying to lean against that level. But if we do go above it, we're still going to need to get above the 100-hour moving average, which was the near the high prices that we saw on Wednesday's trade. So be aware of that on the downside. Similar to up here, if we do break below this floor right here, really the other key levels are right around the 1.1 to 71 to 75 level, and then the 38.2% retracement of this move to the upside. Those levels cannot be ignored. The 71 to 73 level, if we go to the daily chart, recall that this high price came in at 1.1275. The 61.8% retracement of the move down from this high 2020 high to the 2020 low comes in at 1.12709. So that 71 level is a support level that, for the most part, held on this corrective move down after stretching to the upside here. So be aware of that level on the downside as well. Going back to the hourly chart, I mark it by putting a nice big horizontal line across the chart, right in between that 71 to 75 level, around the 73, 74 level up there. So mark that. Also note that the 38.2% retracement really needs to be broken as well if the sellers are to take back more control from the buyers after this big, huge trend move from the March end of March low to the high price that we saw in the price of in April. That moved from 1.0729 up to 115.72. That's about 800 pips or so thereabouts. So that's a big move in a short amount of time. Be aware of that. Let's take a look at the dollar versus yen. This currency pair moved above its 200-hour moving average in trading on Wednesday, right through here. In trading yesterday, the price low came down to test that 200-hour moving average, held support. That's good news for the buyers. The high price did extend above the high price from earlier this week up to 143.83, but then rotated back to the downside. We are trading above and below this old high price right through here in this area right here. It's kind of in nowhere's land, to be honest with you. Maybe we could say that we're holding this high price from earlier in the week as a support level that might make sense from a technical standpoint. But so maybe we have to get below that sort of 37 level or so to increase the bearish bias. And if we do, we're looking back toward the 200-hour moving average. Alternatively, if we hold these gains, then a rotation back toward the 38.2% retracement of this move to the downside is warranted. 38.2% retracement is always a level that you aspire toward after a trend-like move. If you can't get above the 38.2% retracement, then this is just a normal plain vanilla kind of correction into in what has been a more negative or trend to the downside. So be aware of that level on the top side at 144.208, not only today but going forward. Finally, let's take a look at the sterling versus US dollar. And this currency pair is showing a lot of consternation or problems in any breaks that it tries to make. I'm going to outline some of them where the price either broke above the 100-hour moving average or broke below the 200-hour moving average over the last 3 trading days. We started off by first holding the level on Wednesday's low right here at the beginning of the day, but then toward the end of the day into Thursday's trade, we had these moves below the 200-hour moving average. They failed on Wednesday's trade. We also tried to move above the 100-hour moving average. That failed on these occasions on Thursday as well. And in trading here today, we started with the price above the 100-hour moving average. That failed, and then we failed below the 200-hour moving average. Now we're in between the 100 and 200-hour moving average, trying to make sense which way the market's going to go next. Do we head above the 200-hour moving average and increase the bullish bias with more momentum, or do we help go below the 200-hour moving average, increase the bias with more momentum to the downside? That's what traders are going to look to decide in trading here today or maybe next week. We'll see. But the market is now consolidating as the market tries to figure out which way the next shove was going to be in the pound versus US dollar. That's my look at the 3 major currency pairs. Good fortune with your trading. My name is Greg Michalowski. Bye-bye now.